Good morning, guys. Just like the mug says, I am a ray of sunshine. So hopefully you guys are all well. Not much to really talk about today. It will be a short and sweet one, but we do want to review some stuff we talked about yesterday. Why? Because, well, we should always have a plan and plan accordingly. So we're still range bound. Nothing really new there. The levels are the levels. Max, anything to add before I start sharing charts?
Crack on, mate.
There never is. I don't even know why I ask him. It's like he doesn't even care.
It's
Never
manners.
talks to me.
It's called manners.
It's manners. It's like he doesn't even care about me. All right, guys. We're on the 15-minute here because there's really not much else to discuss. You can see that I am going off of like this channel breakout from our prior consolidation below resistance here. So this is the structural range, not the time-based range. Now, we will look at the monthly and the quarterly as well. And, you have your developing weekly, which is going to be more your local day trade type of range, but not a big deal. By the way, you guys like the thumbnail. We're not going to talk about any of that stuff today because neither one of us are too versed in it, but I did find it at least relevant for the times. So, yeah, very happy with myself. Anyways, on to price action, 27,202.50. You can see that we did come down to this level. Nice bounce back to the previous week open, point of control, before coming down to what the level we said we have to hang on to at $26,724.50. Now, we did also make a note that you could realistically just go to these daily candle wicks here, and you could have just marked these lows right here from the 22nd and from the 18th. Coming down as low as 26,605, I think was the one we mentioned yesterday. That you were really splitting hairs. And what did you do? You came down, you have swept that low, you've come back and back tested it this morning. So need to see 27,202 reclaimed, and that would also get you back into where the range, right? So you can see right here, there is our resistance, 27,202. So it wasn't much for support on the way down. However, we knew that if we lost this level, go to the 5-minute, show you what I'm talking about. We knew that if we lost this level, where were we going? Probably to the yearly pivot, and this 26,605 would be the low that you needed to hang on to. Bounced right back up to resistance. So just because a level was not good support on the way down does not mean it won't be some form of resistance on the way back up. And you can see these levels are just playing absolutely beautifully. So if you're taking intraday trades, as we mentioned, you can certainly look for intraday longs. However, you have to understand the purpose of the trade is an intraday long, and you have to have that take profit mapped out. So if you aren't putting the levels on your charts, that's literally the first step. After that, you need to journal and make a plan. And the plan was always going to be bounce from this region of the chart. Where are you looking to do? Mean revert it back to basically the VWAP, or you could use your horizontal levels here. And for me, I used a little bit of both. I did take this trade yesterday. It was the only trade that I took, and I got out just before the VWAP. So very happy with that day trade. I have not taken any trades since. Just kind of letting price do what it does. Now, to recap yesterday's analysis, we did kind of say that, well, one could make the argument that there is a valid harmonic here, even though I don't trade ciphers personally. But if valid, and if the 12M1 here is lost at 26,724.50, one would expect to see this box here as it does start to shape up as some form of a harmonic, right? For those that were not here yesterday, that was covered towards the end of the video. There was a lot of historical price action kind of thrown into that to show you guys why I like these so much. Not particularly the cipher, but harmonics and what they're really used for. And from my style of trading is a back test of that B leg range. So you'd be looking down to what? The B leg here, which puts you at 25,211 down to about 24,700, maybe even as low as the range high here at your monthly swing fail at $23,967.50. So me personally, I don't really like these. I don't trade them much, but it does line up nicely with the TA we've already done in terms of horizontal supports and invalidations for the move down. You lose this area, this white box right here, this one, between 23,967.50 and 25,211. You lose that, And I do think that there's a fairly good chance of, one, seeing the monthly and quarterly points of control that do come in right around 22.8 and 22.4, but probably cycling the range in its entirety unless that ends up being a bear trap high or low. We won't know till you get there. Also, we won't see those prices until a break of this level here. So as of right now, I'm going to get rid of this. You can see that you have your daily breaker right here that we outlined yesterday. You've broken below it, and now you're regarding it as resistance. So what you want to see is price did close beneath it. However, if price can close back above it, it looks good to run it back up to this like 20, we'll call it $28,000 level, right? We'll just say upward in that region. I would really just target the previous day open personally at that point. The previous day open does come in at 27,984.50. So that's where I'd be looking up to if 27,202 can be definitively reclaimed. Very simple trade at that point. Then you're just trading this as a range, which is what you should be doing, in my opinion. Not that I would ever tell you guys what to do, but I'm going to tell you, you should be trading this as a range. And you could very easily pull said range like so, or you could use time. And you can see that gets you back in the range. Where's our point of control? It lines up really, really nicely with that 27,984 area. It's about $100 difference. Also, that previous week open is up here. So that is what we're looking for. You know, if you're in a long, you got to have a stop loss in place, because if this region of the chart is lost between 26,605 and 26,724, that you're going to take that $1,500 haircut, maybe more, down into this area of the chart. However, I don't short support. I look for longs in this region. I've already taken my intraday long, taken profit on it. And if price gives me another trade, I'm happy to take a long back up to this region and then consider shorts again. But if the previous week open is reclaimed, I think that is an early sign that you'll probably see another challenge at this like 28,500 level. And if we go out to, I don't know why that ended up all the way up there, but we got to the daily, what you will notice is the 28,726.50 level is still resistance, and you do have a nice SFP breaker style level as well just beneath it at 28,487, giving you what we all come here for, the box. It gives you a nice box. Clear the box, 30K, and then probably 32 or 33K is next, in my opinion, if that happens. Until then, I would take intraday trades here. I'm not marrying any positions unless I was short from the highs, which I'm not short from up here. So cannot make that claim. I did take several shorts out of this region. There's just a lot there between pivots and this key level at 28.7, 26.50. I just didn't hold it as a swing position as I probably should have. So that said, trade smart, guys. You know, where we're at on the chart, you can certainly look as, you know, to this for support until it's not support anymore. So what does that mean? You have to have a stop loss. You cannot just get caught here longing, raw dogging the market, because the dump from this candle will be not good for your P&L if that occurs. DXY is doing what the DXY we talked about, right? So it's still in between these two boxes. You have swept the local highs up here, and you are coming back to support potentially. If we can probably get rid of this white box right here, but the blue box is the one I'd pay attention to. If we lose 102.21 down to 101.922, this blue box area, barring an SFP of this low, I'm going to start looking for a new local low to be made. To be honest with you guys, I would be targeting all the way back down at 100 even, maybe even a hop, skip, and a jump eventually down to 96.5, which would be pretty bearish for the dollar. So as of right now, you are at support right here, and you have resistance up here at the 2016 and 17 highs. So you want to see those two things, you know, resolution of those two boxes, right? This box and this box. Once we get resolution of these areas, it's going to give us our next high time frame area to be looking for. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of these lines. They're just no longer necessary on the chart. And the only one I do want to keep is this one. Boop. 1015. So a little bit of a pit stop area right here. And we like these to be white, and I like them dotted. That's how I know it's an SFP level, and it's a monthly time frame. So going out to the quarterly on it, you can see that this is I would not classify this as a bullish candle after a rejection like that. So keep that in mind. You break this box. I do think the impetus to challenge the quarterly low is there, barring 101.5 not being a big support that traps people. That's the only level I'd have an alert for. After that, I mean, you're really looking down. Like you're looking down to the EQ of this channel at that point. And you can see what I'm looking at here. This is a very large accumulation range with high time frame levels. So finding our way back into it from a US dollar perspective probably means the US dollar is going to go ahead and take a big old dump, which would be good for everything else. But until then, again, you have a range to trade, right? That's what we're here for, is the ranges. I know you guys aren't here for anything else, especially not my jokes. Nick has got a question before I turn it over to Max. $1 Million Baby by Ava Max. 103. Yeah, so he's asking how these are, what is the fair value? So the dollar is measured against a basket of foreign currencies, so like the euro, is it the Swiss? Swiss has got theirs in there. There's like 8 of them. So that's what it's measured against. So if this is going up, it means that their currencies are if this is going up, it means their currencies are likely going down. And your dollar has more buying power the higher it goes. And you think of a dollar as like the even spot. Like you want to be at a dollar. Like that would be like stable coin, USDT style. That just doesn't exist in capitalistic markets though. So with many other currencies, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. If they're going to start printing money again, this is a pretty good chance this is going to come down. Full disclosure, if they start injecting even more money into the system, well, probably not going to go well, especially if other countries are going to start moving away from commerce and the dollar. That velocity of money throughout the world starts to those dollars have to come home at that point, and that's not good. So, but yeah, that's why we watch it, is because if the dollar is showing weakness against other currencies, it's also going to show weakness against other assets like gold, like silver, like Bitcoin, commodities, things like even stocks. Stocks will rip because the dollar is deflating. So that's kind of like the 101 on it. Very simple concept. I just want to track the chart and get a good idea on a macro time frame what we're looking at, because if we're breaking back into this range and I'm expecting to see 96.5, what are the odds that risk on assets are going to dump alongside the dollar? Probably not very good. Not on a move like that. So, all right. We have our levels on Bitcoin. We talked about the DXY. We need to see 27,202.50 reclaimed. If so, we target the point of control of our overall range up here coming into the previous week open. If we lose support, though, I'm looking for this area of the chart, and it may come quickly at that point. So exercise some level of caution if you are trading. Por favor. Max, you are up.
Let's get into it. Okay, so what am I going to say? Yeah, so the first things first, yesterday's move, we've got a single print. You all know the score on them. They're pretty good. Their resistance, but if you start to make your way into it, it should be close. It's not too big, but it's $200 just over. So yeah, it's a 1% move, but I'm initially looking for that to be resistance. The reason being, pop over to this chart, it comes in around here. You're going to have the 310 EMA here. There's a few other levels which I had on another chart. Check this one. But yeah, I'll leave that for now because I can't find it. But you've got a few other levels in that region, to signal it's going to be resistance. Today has been rather interesting-ish. I kind of expected this low to be taken. I didn't quite expect it to come down as far as it did to the previous week low. However, it's been pretty neat. So my thing has always been trap traders, trading against trap traders. I don't know why Exo keeps doing this to me. A quick shift I've been so used to seeing trapped longs and then getting squeezed, but now you're getting tons of people shorting towards the lows, and then price goes up and wrecks them. And that was pretty much how one could have analyzed from this bounce earlier today, that you could have got into the move. Finished auction, huge delta switch up. It's not massive in this candle here, but the negative delta coming into it was very heavy. Switch up, buyers coming in, stacked imbalances. You don't really need too much as long as you've got your levels marked. You can trade from it. And where did that come to? Well, I actually didn't take this one because I was busy, but we came up to, and I did take this short, and this was great because it was the Asia high was swept. So market Asia highs always. I have an indicator that does it, but you swept the Asia highs, and as you're coming up, taking out all the shorts, and then what did you have right at the top where got that final push? You got a finished auction and positions changing hands. So really, really simple to spot, and then your entry trigger is your stacked imbalances as you come down. It's been looking at it today. This one was quite easy if anyone was there to trade it, and this one was just as easy, to be honest with you. Right now, I am still in that short, but I'm kind of expecting it to get stopped out. I've put my stop loss to entry. And the reason I'm kind of expecting it to get stopped out is because as you start to make your way below the VWAP and reject from beneath it, you've got a load of trap shorts again. So what happens when you do get those trap traders? Majority of the time, you're going to squeeze them out, and we've not done that yet. Volume's just kind of dropped off a little bit, but we've not got those traders out of their position. So I kind of am expecting it to come and take my position out. Levels above the what we've currently got here, I'm really liking this. So if you pull the gold pocket from the high to the low that we've got, and I'm going to go over this low in a second because it's interesting. But if we are to come up and close that single print, I really, really, really like this setup. You've got the gold pocket, weekly open, and there is also, if I go into somewhere here, nope. So that's what I was thinking. So I really like that level there, but if we come up a bit higher, we can swing fail the pivot. So you've got two really nice potential shorts there. But this one's really strong for me. That's what it was. There is another level there. So if we go over to EXO, and I know yesterday we were looking at the monthly volume profile on the 40 tick, because normally I like to look at the volume profile on EXO on a higher tick, whether it be 40 or 100, because I find that it's normally offers better trades than the one tick, specifically on the monthly. However, you'll notice that on the one tick, the volume profile, the point of control, is up there, and it's right in line with that 28k, which is on that weekly open. So a lot of resistance is going to be there. So it just really adds to that trade. If we are going to come up and close that single print, I think that's the trade. To be honest with you, if we're going to reject and lose this range, that would be the if it's given, it's going to be handed to us on a plate if it is. But going over the low from yesterday, get rid of that level. It's mediocre, if you ask me. The volume's okay. You've not got finished auctions. So that's a negative there. You kind of always want a finished auction on your highs and lows. Really, as a rule of thumb. So volume's okay, but the fact that you've not got finished auction, open interest is different to what you'd normally expect for it to be a significant low. You wouldn't normally expect positive open interest towards the low, and the delta is really, there's not much really there. You could argue that the longs are taken out here, and it does seem like there were definitely some positions with changing hands there. But the low itself, I'm not 100% convinced by, to be honest with you. So you have to kind of analyze the actual low. If I was including all of these candles, I'd say it's pretty solid. But the low itself is not unfinished auction, which it's off-putting, if you ask me. But yeah, most other highs, other than that one, most other highs and lows like we've had today, you get your finished auctions at. So here we had a finished auction. Here you have your finished auction, and if you go to any major highs and lows, any really significant ones, they pretty much always have them. They normally have quite a few as well. So if we are going to say, that's going to be the low for a considerable amount of time now, short term, I guess, it's pretty weak. So holding my short until I get stopped out, and if not, the target is the low from yesterday, the previous day low. And then the question is, does it offer as a trade again? I'm not too sure. Looking at it, looking at the move into it, so many longs are already wrecked and taken out of that move. I'm not quite sure it would be SFP'd, but I really do like is it on this chart? Yeah. Okay, so we've got a naked weekly pivot here. So I really like the idea that I think you drew yesterday, Magic, where you said we come down and then we get back above the yearly pivot and then come off. And this would be the region that I'd be looking for that bounce to take place.
Isn't that the gold pocket as well? If you were to pull from,
I don't think it is.
I think you got to pull from the low at 23,908.50. Yeah, somewhere in that region. There you go. Close enough.
It's close enough. But we've been front running them pivots, them high time frame pivots.
Let's just call it support below 26,724 all the way down to 0, guys. That whole area below us is support. We don't really need a box. We're just going to say, just DCA, buy the dip. You guys know that whole drill. There you go. All of that is support. There's your support. Fucking there are people out. This is what I imagine influencers are doing when they're like, "Did you guys sip the dip?" When you see stuff like that,
they're like, "I gave you the box.
I gave you the bucks. I told you guys that we should be buying this asset. You've been saying that every day for 2 years. So thank you so much." Yeah, no, we won't do that to you. But yeah, he's not wrong. If we're going to get like a move below the local low, I think that, you could probably zone it into like that weekly pivot in that gold pocket. Front running our old range a little bit. That would be an area to have on the chart. I personally am not looking for that if we make the dip below personally, but again, I don't know what's going to happen. I just set the alerts and let everyone else, fuck around in that area until there's resolution, meaning that I'm not trying to be the person that's donating capital before we see something that gives us the entry to get long. Like yesterday, you had a really good long off of that move into the 12M1. I didn't get the best entry, but I did take 19% on the trade, so it was a nice day. You get in and out, and now we just wait for the next one. So not to interrupt you, Max, but
oh, good. I'm just looking at it on a 15-minute. The volume is good on it, but I'm just not 100% convinced. To be honest with you,
I was trading super waves, so I don't know. Kidding. All right, back to the analysis, or are you done?
I'm done.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, it's 23 minutes in. I won't be here tomorrow. Max, do you want a day off, or do you want to do a live stream?
I'll do a live stream, mate. As long as Restream doesn't nail me again. So if I'm,
you're good. I'll set it up in advance tonight because I got to be on a plane at 7 a.m. So I'll be at the airport at like 5:30 probably. So I'll have to do it tonight, and that way you can just log in and rock and roll. So you guys are stuck with just Max tomorrow. There's going to be a lot more order flow and a lot less facial hair on that stream, but it'll still be good.
Wow. Cheap digs.
Yeah.
Get him in, lad.
All right. And I got to 100x long at 0. Got you. Yeah, 100% Edgar. When you hit that long, you heard it here first. Remember that. Oh, Richard says I'm not long. I'm not live with the rest of it, but I did. Yeah, I did say raw dogging the market. Yeah. So don't be dumb. That's all I'm trying to say is don't do anything that Crypto would do. We have stop losses here, not to throw any shade at anyone, but when you guys see influencers getting you bullishly or bearishly invested, hyper invested, just remember that 80% of the time, maybe even more, Bitcoin just ranges. And if you're not taking trades from the bottom of the range or the top of the range, you're really just risking getting chopped alive at that point. You don't want to involve yourself all the time, and just don't marry a mindset. Like the sentiment of this market changes like every day. It's absolutely wild to me to see. And we should just not care at all. We should just think that, all right, if we were bullish on crypto long term, we are, but if we're trading it, there's really no room for that here. So I got nothing else. It's gonna be a good flight tomorrow, I hope. So if I don't land, you guys will be the first to know. I'm sure Max will let you know. He goes, how would I know?
Yeah, I did. I did. That's what I said. How would I know if you didn't land? Your plane crashes, I'm never going to find out, mate. We're just going to be like, okay.
That'll be headline news. If my plane crashes, trust me, you guys are all going to know. CNN's going to cover it. Kramer's going to cover it. I've been giving Kramer picks for years, so yeah. All right, guys. If you guys are interested in anything we have to offer, as always, leadingcrypto.io is where you find that information. It's where you get into the Discord. Max, where you at, man? Where are you at? Scan the QR code if Max. There we go.
And Magic,
go ahead.
Tell him about the price.
Oh, the price does go up next month. It's going up to $69.69. So
Championes.
Yeah, $69. But so if you're looking for the discount, it's still there for the single month. That is a lifetime price at $59. And then there's options to pay in advance and get even bigger discounts, which I'm finding a lot of people are doing that, which is kind of shocking to me. I didn't think that would be a thing. But yeah, I mean, people are spending a little more just to get better pricing long term. So I like that. We're getting also makes us feel good because it means we have a good product. So I like that. So educational services are there. Somebody specifically asked me in the DMs yesterday, do we have course material specific to Exocharts? We certainly do. Max has handled all of that. So they are out there. They're actually very professional. They're way more professional than mine, which is, we'll have to fix that. But they're very good. So I would say it's probably one of the more comprehensive rundown on order flow and Exocharts. And not only that, the templates are all there. So you get that leg up pretty quickly. You could roll through that one.
You've got us there all day. We're in there day in, day out. Any questions get answered. We do I don't like calling it live trading anymore because sometimes the trades aren't there. We have set time frames. But like tomorrow, I'll do a live session. If there's a trade, we'll take it. But if there's not, I like to think of it as one-on-one coaching. There's like 10, maybe 20 tops people in there, and you fire away, and I'm more than happy to go through any questions.
Yeah, I need to get back into the swing of that. The Asia session burned me out being up super late though. So maybe I'll pick up a New York session shift throughout the week as well. And Gary says, you will land one way or another. That is some fortune cookie level stuff right there, because that plane is coming down regardless, whether it comes down with the landing gear or without it. So that's funny. Yeah, that's always looking on the bright side. I appreciate that, Gary. All right, guys, I'm going to jet. I'll be around just getting stuff done here. I'm going to spend all day cleaning the house. You guys know how it is when you leave and you come back. You don't want to have to do anything. That's my goal. But I will be back on the live on Thursday, and I'll do Debate Crypto as well on Thursday, and we'll be live on Friday morning. And then I won't be here Monday because I'll be on a plane again. But fun times. So, all right, Max, anything to add before